Hi, it's Rick here with your market recap for Monday, September the 12th. We'll start where we always do with our risk model, and again, a bit more improvement. Now the S&P 500 and the QQQs are all trading above their 8, 21, and 50-day moving averages. The moving averages themselves are still flat, although they are beginning to curl up, and if we get an even day or a little bit more update tomorrow, these averages will turn green. So it's time to step our toes in the water and consider, if you're an index investor, putting 25% to 50% of your account to work in one of the major index funds. Again, today, this was a very broad-based rally. Up on my top left-hand side here, I've got the sectors, and it's just a wall of green again. There was a few modest down ones. Pot stocks got hit, but basically a lot of green. The averages themselves, Toronto was up almost 1%, small caps up 1.2%, Qs up 1.2%, SPY up 1%, and the mid caps up 0.9%. So let's see how this looks on the charts. Get these out of the way. Starting with the small caps. And this is now 4 solid green days in a row. Now trading above. I've added on here this line. So we now have 4 moving averages on this chart. We have the green one, which is the 8-day. This, I don't know what color you want to call that. Azure is the 21-day. White is the 50. And the big daddy up here is the 200. So we're now above these 3 faster moving averages and heading towards the 200. The mid caps faring even better. This is the one where I drew my my vision tool as to what I thought might happen. I thought we would hit the 200, but I thought it would happen about a week from now. But we hit it already today. So now this is where the rubber meets the road, and we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. Whether this is the only one that is touching the 200, so clearly the mid caps are the place to be. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. Do we in fact roll over a bit, or do we just plow right through this and allow the other indexes such as the QQQ to catch up, because they still have a ways to go to get to their 200. And the spiders, same thing. They're closer to the 200, and there's now in this box that I drew. So we'll see what happens. But 4 days up, it's a good rally. We're going to get invested. Personally, I'm still 100% cash in my long-term accounts. I get greedy for an extra 1% or 2%, so I'm kind of looking for either more confirmation or a little bit of a pullback. If it pulls back into here, which is about 1.5%, 2% away, I'll probably be a buyer. But right now I'm in cash. My trading account, though, is far from it. I ended the day at 90% cash. At one point, I tried to buy something, and we'll get to that in a few minutes as I review the focus list from the weekend. Tried to buy something, and I couldn't. I'd run out of cash. I was actually at 110% invested, using some margin. So I had to scale back a couple of things, and I'll review those when I look at the chart, the individual charts of the stocks that I own. So generally, the market's very positive, but we're in kind of no man's land here yet. So I need more confirmation whether we're going to get really aggressive or back up. Just stay cool. So my own positions, ARLP, I trimmed this by half today. It's just not performing. The market's been ripping for 4 days. This one's not. This is the coal stock. And, if I want my money to work for me, and if it's not working, I cut it. So I didn't sell it all, but I trimmed the position by half. And if I can always rebuy the other half if it starts showing me some strength. But right now it's not doing what I want it to do, and so it gets punted. ASAI. I've almost punted this one, and then it had a little rally at the end of the day, so I'm going to keep it. I'm underwater, but like less than 1%. So, and it's quite a ways from my stop yet, so we'll keep that one. Enphase. I actually added more to this position today. I think I talked about that on the weekend. I added some more at just over 300, 302, and it closed at 309. So I now have doubled my size of my position. I'm now at a half position. So I'm going to be looking to add some more and get this one to be a full position as soon as it sets up a little better. EVH is still performing very well. Again, I drew these sort of where I think it would go, and it's sort of exceeding my expectations. I really would rather, I mean, it's okay if it goes straight up, obviously, but it's going to run out of steam and I'll be a seller. I would rather this thing go sideways for 3 or 4 or 5 days, then move up, and then odds are good it's going to go even higher. So I'm in this from way down here, so pretty good shape on this one. GLP is still wedging higher, doing nothing wrong. It's just sort of every day higher high, higher low. These kind of moves, those scare me a little bit. You see what happened here when it wedged, and then poof. I have a very tight leash on this. My stop is at, I'm in at 28 something, 28.70, and basically I'm at a break-even stop. So if it does decide to roll over, I'm out of here. HAE had another great day. This 4 consecutive days, and it's going up even faster than the market, and is now setting another new 52-week high. So I'm trail stopping this a little tighter. It's getting a little extended. It's certainly not viable now, or an ad. It's getting extended from the 8-day, but this one's performing beautifully. And this is the other one I cut. NFE, again, it's not doing anything wrong, but it's just not performing either. So I have no tolerance for stocks that don't go up like they're supposed to. So I cut this one in half as well. And if it goes any lower than today's low, the other half's gone too. I'll take the loss and move on. I did add 2 new positions. This one is, call it speculative. This is a biotech company. I got in here at 18, right at this peak right here. It ran up to over 19 and then settled back a little bit, but still closed very, very high, up 1880. This is a smallish company, well, $800 million market cap. They only have 17 million shares outstanding. So if somebody really wants to take a position in this thing, that could drive the price quite a bit higher. Problem with them is they don't have any fundamentals. They don't have any sales and obviously no earnings. So I'm going to keep a very tight leash. In fact, I already have put my stop at break even, or 5 cents below, actually, at 17.95. So it either runs or it doesn't. And if it runs, great. And I just took a small position, what I would call a pilot buy, because the spread on this was like 20 cents between the bid ask, and that's about 1%. And since my tolerance for risk is normally 3% anyway, I don't want to give up 1% in the spread. So I only just took a small position for safety. And then the other one I added was United Health. This is a mega cap healthcare company. Market cap's about $500 billion. They have 900 million shares in their float. A lot of institutional interest. There's like 5,000, almost 5,400 institutions that own this, which is up about 700 from a year ago. So it's clearly got some more institutional interest, but it will move along with the market. So it's not it will move slower than a lot of high growth stocks. But the earnings are good. Earnings are up 15% this year, forecast to be up 13% again next year. Great relative strength. And so the good fundamentals. So those are my ads for the day. Just quickly, we'll review the focus list from the weekend. ARRY, no change, nothing really happened there. CALX, this is the one that alerted me. It hit my alert So I put an order in to buy. I had an order all sort of organized, put an order in to buy, and I wasn't allowed to get filled because I didn't have enough cash for the size of the order that I wanted to put in, which caused me to wonder whoops, like I'd had too much exposure. It's kind of too bad because this one looks really, really good. CLMT did nothing. DEN, nothing yet. I still have an alert on that one. If it goes above this line here, I'll consider a buy. ASC, most of these just went sideways for the day. This is too extended. I'm not going to chase it. EQT, same thing. It's too extended. I can't chase it. GEF, I wouldn't chase it. It ran up and then settled right back again. So that's not a really good sign in a strong day. So this one will probably come off the list. Humana. This one's quite viable. I'm glad I've got a little bit of cash anyway. I would buy this one tomorrow if we get above today's high. IRTC hasn't hit my alert yet. Hasn't done anything right, hasn't done anything wrong. NFG, again, this one I got an alert today. It triggered, but I had no cash. So now I do have a little bit of cash. I'll watch this one carefully in the morning. NOC went down instead of up today, so this needs a little more time. NXST, it's getting away from us, so it's getting too extended. I can't chase it there. PBF is doing nothing. Oil, I don't know what oil did today, but didn't do anything for this stock. But if it does get above 34.66, I may entertain a shot at that. United Health is on the list, but I already bought that. VRTX, it's looking good, but I'm not going to chase it. Here's the 8-day moving average. It's a little extended from that. This one I missed. MNTK, rip today. The entry would have been above here at 1891. But either I said I didn't have an alert set on this, so I just completely missed this one. And lithium, this is getting really choppy and wide. It's probably going to come off the list until this settles down a little bit. So that's it for this week. It's tomorrow is consumer price data comes out, so that's pre-market, so that could have an influence on where the market opens tomorrow. So that's it. That's all for today, and talk to you tomorrow.